All right, all right. Thank God Jesus is Lord. The word works, but you got to work it. Read the 18th chapter of the book of Matthew, beginning in verse 23 through 35. Study it, study it, study it. I got on it a little bit yesterday. God's forgiven you of a great debt. You ought to forgive some people of the little things they did. Well, they might have been big, but you still got to forgive them because God's forgiven you. Listen. So it says here that this guy went to his servants, forgave this guy of about $100,000, maybe $1 million. I can't tell exactly, but it was a bunch. So he went out and grabbed one of his fellow servants that owed him $100 and threw him in jail, wouldn't forgive him. And the guy asked the same thing, have mercy on me and I'll pay you all that I owe you. Well, I've had to do that. Sometimes I've had to go to people that I owed money to and said, give me a little time here. Give me a little mercy. I'm going to pay you. I wasn't trying to get out of paying them. I just didn't have it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had a car repair that I went to get it, and boy, it was just way more than I thought it was going to be. And I had to say, well, here, keep the car for a while. I'm going to come back and pay you, but I got to go bleed this money in here. Took me a little while, but I paid them. I wasn't trying to con them out of it. You understand? I wasn't trying to say, I hope they feel sorry for me. You know, I'm just an old preacher here, and maybe they'll just give it to me. No, no, no. I'm going to pay my bills. You know, it might take me a day or two, but I'm going to pay my bills. Going to pay them all, and I've been working on that. So this guy could have paid the bill. But notice it says, this is the important thing. I want to read this. It says he was forgiven. So he forgave him the debt. So watch this. So some of the people went and told him what he had done. Then the guy came to him and says, I forgave thee all the debt. Oh, there it is again. The debt was forgiven because thou desirest me. Shouldn't thou not also have compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? Now watch this. And his Lord was wroth and delivered him to the tormentors until he should pay all that was due unto him. Oh, then Jesus said, Lord, so likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother's trespasses. The debt was forgiven. Somebody says, well, you're saying that God won't forgive me, and if I don't forgive all these other people, and I'm not going to go to heaven? No, that's not what I'm saying. Notice what happened here. The debt was forgiven. But it says he turned him over to the tormentors until the debt was fully paid. What debt? Well, I've got to show you this is pretty strong. He said he forgave him the debt. Twice it tells us that. It says that he was moved with compassion, verse 27, loosed him and forgave the debt. So the debt was forgiven. Then down here after he found him, he said, I forgave thee of all thy debt. Verse 32, thou wicked servant, I forgave thee of all thy debt just because you asked me to. So the debt was forgiven. So it wasn't that the debt had to be paid. Watch this. So likewise, watch this. The Lord was wroth and delivered him over to the tormentors till he should pay all that was due him. Oh, my. So he was delivered to the tormentors until he was to pay all that was due him. There's nothing due. Hey, that's big, because the debt was forgiven. You can't pay a debt that's forgiven, okay? So the guy forgave him the debt, but he said, I'm delivering you over to the tormentors until you pay all that you owe me. The thing that he owed him was forgiveness toward others. Oh, man, please, that's so big. What's this? Go back to what I told you yesterday about that guy that I asked to pray for me when I was in that bad situation, and he didn't pray the big prayer of faith. He just told me what to do in the natural, and I got mad. I harbored that thing for about 15 years, and finally, actually this week it came up again. So I realized, man, you know, I didn't forgive him for that. I wanted him to help me physically. I wanted him to pray the prayer of faith and get me out of that mess. And he didn't. And so I picked up the offense. That's what really unforgiveness is. I picked up the offense. I got mad. He didn't help me. Didn't mean to go here. Remember old Naaman over there? Naaman got mad and said, behold, I thought. See, sometimes we think God's going to do it a certain way, and it doesn't happen that way, and then we get all bent out of shape, or we think somebody else is going to come give us a gift or give us something or pay my way or something, and then we get all out of shape and don't receive because we didn't get it the way we thought we was going to get it. Quit trying to figure out how God's going to do it and just bless God, believe God, go forward, and forgive. I want you to know, not asking you for anything. I'm believing God for some things. I'm believing God, you know, for the long life. Believing God for divine health. I'm believing God that my body feels good and that my youth is renewed like an eagle, that my eyes grow not dim, my natural strength abates not, all of that kind of stuff. I'm believing for the angels to be around, protect me in everything that I do, go before me, behind me, around me, and protect me in all that I do. I'm believing to pay a few debts. I'm believing for lots of money. I'm believing to buy new equipment. I mean, somebody asked me, what kind of camera do you use and what kind of equipment do you use? It's a cell phone. I'm believing for some really good equipment so I can do a better job. I'm believing for a lot of things. I can't afford to be in unforgiveness that cuts off the blessings of God. I can't afford to be turned over to the tormenter, that's the devil, who comes to steal, kill, and destroy, just because I don't want to forgive him. You know what he did was wrong. Hey, I don't care how wrong it was, and I don't care how bad he hurt you. You got to get over it. Leave it. Let it go. I'll finish tomorrow. Have a great day. So until I'm with you tomorrow, saints, remember today, all day long, forgiveness is the key. So you got to. So until I'm with you tomorrow, saints, remember Jesus. Yes, sir, he's Lord. Thank God. Hey, the word works.